What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I wanted to go over exactly what you need to do when you get to a car dealership and you want to negotiate a lower price on the car. A lot of people don't know that you can negotiate a car price, and I see a bunch of people go into the dealership, accept what the car price is, and then walk out with a brand new car and they feel like they're happy about it. But not knowing that they paid $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 more than what they were supposed to pay. Before I start, I want to remind you that I do a giveaway every single week. I give away 2 Amazon gift cards, and all you have to do in order to qualify for those giveaways is just comment on at least one video for the week, like at least one video for the week, and also be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you like more than one video, if you comment on more than one video, then you get more than one ticket in the hat. 5 is the max for comments and tickets. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get into this. A lot of people ask me, how do you get a lower price on a car? Because I talk to people about it all the time. I talk to, family about it, friends about it, and I always tell them exactly what my strategy is. It's a little bit taxing. It kind of wears on you a little bit because you don't want to do it. You don't want these people to get upset with you a little bit. But tell you the truth, every person that I had a car negotiation with, every salesperson that I had a car negotiation with, I'm still cool with them people. I'm still friends with them. Even recently, my wife just got a car, and I could say I'm still cool with the salesperson that was there and the manager. We talked for a little bit to understand exactly what their method is on bringing in cars and whether they have like a large margin on cars or whether they have a very small margin on cars. What do they prefer? I feel like I create these relationships, even though I try and get a lower price. They know the game. They know that people go into car dealerships and want a lower price, but there are a lot of people that just accept the higher price. So they make up for these people that negotiate prices like me with the people that, just accept $3,000 more than what the car is actually priced at. So what people don't understand is that, like, you see these car sites like TrueCar and, Carfax, all these places that measure the amount that cars went for, the prices that they went for. And you'll see a low price, a medium price, a high price. You'll see this whole bell curve. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean that the car was priced low at one point. That means that the car was priced at a point, but some people got it down to a certain price. And how do you do that? So I'm going to take you through the steps of how you can negotiate a lower car price, not payment. Well, technically the payment would come in as well, but a low car price, you want to make sure you lower the car price, not the car payment. That's one of the big issues. So let's dig into this. The first thing that you want to do, you're probably searching for a car right now. If you're searching for this video or you clicked on this video, unless you're really subscribed to me, or maybe you're searching for a car as well, you're looking for something online. You're actively looking for a car, what type of make you want, what type of model. If you find what you want, then you want to find a decent dealership that would have competitors around. So like, say if you wanted a Jeep and you wanted, a Jeep Grand Cherokee. If you wanted one of those, then you would find all of the Jeep dealerships that are close. Anybody that's competing, nobody that's together. So you don't want Dan, whatever his last name is, Dan Lee. You don't want Dan Lee to own this dealership and this dealership. You want Dan Lee to own one dealership, and then Stan Thompson, can't think of names, Stan Thompson to own this dealership. So you want to have competing dealerships. So what you need to do with those competing dealerships is you need to schedule a lot of those dealerships to have calls with them and say, hey, I'm interested in this car, the same make and model, 2019 Grand Cherokee. I want to know exactly what the price is for it. You'll see different prices across the board because they're all trying to compete for it. So they'll tell you, they probably won't tell you over the phone, but you're going to have to go in and get the price from them. And they're going to ask you all the questions they want to ask you, like, what are you looking for? How much are you looking to pay per month, which you don't give them that. So before I get into that piece, also, while you're shopping around for cars, make sure it's at the end of the month. Right now, it's in the beginning of the month, make sure you're at the end of the month or the end of the year. So if you're in December at the end of the year, you can get the best price possible because they have all of these cars on the lot that they want to get rid of and they want to meet their sales quota. So at the end of the year, you should probably set it for then to go and negotiate a car payment, a car price, buying a car. So do that. Get multiple dealerships involved and then also do it at the end of the month or the end of the year. Also, just like I said, I was talking about price. Never put your price on the table. Never actually say how much you want to pay per month, because if you do right from the start, they're going to show you cars that they feel like they can get you in for that price. And it may not be the car that you wanted. It may not be the year that you wanted, even though you did your research on that year and you felt like you could get that year for that price. They're going to give you something that's probably a used car that looks newish, but then they're gonna upsell the price. They're gonna mark up the price and basically say that this car is worth what the other car is worth, even though this one is 2 years older. This one is a 2019. They're gonna try and sell that on you. So don't tell them the price. You want to tell them what your range is for the full price of the car. So I usually say I want to pay less than $20,000, and when you say that, they're usually satisfied. So you tell them you want to pay less than a certain amount. Make sure it's kind of high compared to what you want, because you want to negotiate that price down to where you feel comfortable. Also, if you have a trade-in, don't mention it right from the start. Don't tell them, hey, I have a trade-in, because then they're going to be running prices through their mind saying, yeah, you know what? I could probably get them in this car while giving them a lower value for their trade-in so that we can get a higher margin on selling that trade-in. So don't let them know that you have a trade-in until you get into the negotiation area. It's just a tactic so they don't get enough time to think about the trade-in. You don't give them enough time to think about it, then they can't throw numbers out there quickly. That's exactly what they do to you. When they sit you down in the chair, they throw numbers at you really fast, and then you have no time to really think about it and make sure that that's the right number. That's what I'm saying. So you do the same thing to them and throw numbers at them really fast, because they're going to throw numbers at you really fast. You throw numbers at them really fast. It's as simple as that. Also, you want to get multiple quotes on your trade-in. So just like you got multiple quotes on the car price, you want to get multiple quotes on the trade-in, because so my trade-in that I had was worth $7,000. And when I took that into the dealership, they said they were only going to pay me, I think it was $6,500 for it. And I said, I can't do this. The other dealership, the other Kia dealership is giving me $8,200. My car was worth $9,000. And to tell you the truth, that was a lie. That $8,200, it was only $8,000. But still, I added the $200 just to push them over the edge to get them over to $900, because they could have probably said $85. But what they said was, we'll just pay off the rest of the car. They ended up paying off the $9,000 that was owed on the car. I didn't owe anything. And that made me feel amazing, because one, I just shaved a bunch of money off of the price of the car without even doing anything with the price of the actual car that I'm getting. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. So you want to make sure that you get multiple quotes in the trade-in value, because other people can offer you different quotes because they're trying to compete. Everybody's trying to get your business. So you might as well take advantage of that. Also, never really do a down payment. It's not a house that appreciates. It's a car that depreciates. Don't do a down payment. Yes, you may have to have a higher monthly payment, which you can probably negotiate down as well. But just don't do a down payment, because it's not anything that appreciates. You're paying for a car that's going to depreciate. So what you want to do is get the most value out of that car. Most of the time, you're going to buy a car, use it for 5 years. It's going to live out a lot of its life. And I understand that you can drive a car for longer than 5 years, and you can drive a clunker. You can do whatever you want with that. But if you wanted to keep exchanging cars and get the better car and have to have a net zero every time you get in there, then you can keep doing that and trade in your car. And yes, your trade in, the value of your car is probably going to be more than what you traded in for, but you can always push them up to trade it in at a net zero, and then you can move on to the next car. So that's what I like to do, or, profit out of the deal in some way, or, sell your car, to someone else instead of selling it to the dealership. Sometimes you get more selling it to the dealership by negotiating than if you sell it on the street to somebody. Which makes sense because if they're competing for business, they care about your business, they care about the interest and the customer relationship more than what the price of the car is. So also you want to be knowledgeable of standard depreciation. If you know about depreciation in a very simple way to understand it, then it's going to be a benefit to you. If you understand how a car depreciates, like say the first year it loses 20% of its value, every year after that it's 15% until it gets to 10 years. So that's the standard way of looking at it. You can understand exactly what the car value is if you're getting a used car. You can also understand exactly what the car value is for your car. You don't have to go by the Kelley Blue Book value because sometimes those prices are just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense how much those cars cost. But then you see a dealership selling the same car that you have for $5,000 more than what Kelley Blue Book value is actually telling you it's worth. It doesn't make sense to me at all. So Kelley Blue Book value is not something that everybody goes by. It's just like the very baseline. So it's nothing that you have to take to heart when they say, oh, the Kelley Blue Book value is this price. I don't care what that is. Standard depreciation tells me it's this price. That's what you can say. So if you know about that, you're going to have a leg up in negotiation because one, the salesperson's not probably going to know about that information. They're going to know about how cars work. They're going to know about how interest rates work, all that other type of stuff, but they're not going to know the standard method of depreciation. The only thing they probably know is what Kelley Blue Book value is and what the actual price of the car is. So shock them by doing that. So another thing you want to do is don't be afraid to leave. Really, don't be afraid to leave because one, you should have multiple dealerships involved. Two, they're probably going to call you back on the ride home. And three, that's the main way that you're going to get a lower price. And hear me out. If you leave and you say, you know what, I can't go any higher than this price, and they say I can't go any lower than this price, someone's going to budge. And basically it's like a blinking match. Whoever blinks first loses. So you leave, go home. If they call you, then you know that they're going to say, oh, well, you know what, we can work out something different. And I know that happens because it happened to me 3 times. I left, they called me back, which I was pissed about. And I was like, look, if I wasted gas, if I'm coming back here, you better give me a good price. And they gave me a good price. So don't be afraid to leave. And it's not like you're losing out on your dream Ferrari. You're probably getting like a Ford Escape or a Focus, or I don't even think they make those anymore. But, you're getting something that's not like a super luxury car. Now, if you are getting a super luxury car that they only have one in the area, then you're kind of SOL because of the fact that, you don't have any people to compete with. So you can't really do these negotiation tactics. But then again, you could shave a lot off of the price because it's a lower percentage that you're shaving off the price. So that's another whole story. So yeah, don't be afraid to leave. Also, the main point that I want to make here that a lot of people don't understand is that if you don't get the manager, if they don't get the sales manager, you did not get the best price. Let me repeat that. If they don't get the sales manager, you did not get the best price. Seriously, because of the fact that the sales manager makes all of the pricing decisions, they have to go back to the sales manager to say, hey, this person wants a lower price. What do I do here? So the sales manager is going to come up with everything that they want to say, and then they're going to go from there. So the sales manager gives you the best price, and if they don't, then they don't. But if they don't get the manager, then you're not getting the best price. So always have them get the manager. It's a rookie mistake if you don't have them get the sales manager. They make all the decisions. Why wouldn't you want to speak directly to the decision maker? Why do they have to go and sneak off and talk to the sales manager, come back with some secret figure that's going to say, hey, we can shave $100 off of here? No, let's skip some time and you shave $1,000 off of it. Like, that doesn't make sense for you to keep shaving 100 and keep shaving 100 to say, are you happy now? Are you happy now? Are you happy now? No, I know my price. You know my price. Let's get to that. Another thing that I don't have on here that I actually added in my other video, if you want to check that video out, that's an older video of mine. I'll put it up in the cards. Is that don't be afraid to offend anybody. And I'm not saying that you have to basically curse their life or their children or something like that. I'm saying don't be afraid to offend anybody. Because some people don't know what they're talking about. And in order to get to a sales manager, sometimes you have to be a little harsh, to tell you the truth. And a lot of people have pictures of their kids, not only because they love their kids, but just because they want to create sympathy so that you don't negotiate with them. And I've had a couple of times to where I didn't want to do it because, I created a very good relationship in the first 5 seconds of meeting the guy. And, we talked about a bunch of things, and I was just like, you know what? Once he walked off, I thought to myself and I said, look, even though he's a good guy, I still have to get the best price I can get. Because they're trying to make you pay the most while you're trying to pay the least. So you have to figure out some negotiation or some middle ground, somewhere where you're going to settle. Don't be afraid to offend people, because it's their job to negotiate. And a lot of times they say, we have a price and it's set by the sales manager or the person that owns the dealership. But, the salesperson doesn't really make that decision. So you have to go through that sales manager or go through the salesman to get to the sales manager. Also, the last thing that I want to mention is nobody should win at the end. If you win at the end, then good. Congratulations, you're great at negotiations. If they win at the end, then that means you didn't negotiate at all. If you meet in the middle, then you should both be happy because one, you paid a lower price than what they had, and they should be upset because they didn't get you to pay the maximum price of what the sticker price actually is. So nobody should feel like they won. Everybody should feel like they lost. And you get out of there and you shake hands in negotiation and you say thank you, for helping me out and everything. Nobody's happy, but you can be happy on the ride home knowing that you have a car. The situation that just happened with my wife's car, I got a good amount taken off, but not as much as I wanted. So yes, I kind of skipped a couple of steps. I only involved one other dealership. So the other dealership came back with one counter offer, and also the value of her trade-in. That was just another issue there. But I got a lot shaved off. The only thing is that I could have gotten more if I would have just taken more steps. So that's pretty much it. That's what I have for my car negotiations. If you want to negotiate a lower price, this is what you need to do. Do all of these things. Make sure that you get all the dealerships involved, as many as you can, so that you have competing prices. You also get a great value on your trade-in, all different types of stuff. So do all of these things, and I guarantee you'll get a lot shaved off. Don't be afraid to offend anybody. Don't go into the dealership saying, where's my fucking money? That's way over the line. So yeah, that's my video, guys. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And remember that I'm doing a giveaway every single week. I give away 2 Amazon gift cards. All you have to do in order to qualify for those giveaways is comment on every video, or one video for the week, at least one video, like at least one video for the week, and also be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you do all of those things, you can be entered in the giveaway. You have one ticket in the hat. If you comment on more than one video, you get more than one ticket in the hat. So that's pretty much how the giveaway works. But I'm going to have to get out of here. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.